Hey S.H.E family, it's Trish once again, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Pieces of S.H.E. Today I bring you business partners. I'm excited to learn about their experience as business partners and see what they have going on and how they even got started. So you guys know I introduce with my famous five. So we have Cynthia and Jerome. Thank you guys and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Cynthia is from Las Vegas. She was raised in a two-parent household. She is a Gen Xer. I like Gen Xers. I'm a Gen X. She has one sister, and she's the oldest child, and she's a Virgo. So my sister's a Virgo. I like y'all. You guys are mysterious, though. You know, I'm just saying from what I know. All right. Jerome is, he's from Milwaukee. And he was raised in a single grandparent household, grandmother, and he is also Gen X. He has two siblings. They are twins, but he's the oldest, and he's a Pisces. That's right. So I like Pisces. My daughter's a Pisces. You guys are also mysterious and have a lot of ideas and dreams and stuff. Yeah. So thank you guys again. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the invite.
Of course, of course. I actually met Jerome and Cynthia because I was a guest on their podcast, which was great. And so I said, well, hey, fellow podcasters, I'd love to have you guys on mine. So here we are, and we're going to talk about your guys' business experience. So tell me about your businesses or business. You guys have like multiple, right?
Yeah, well, just to be clear, you was on my podcast.
Okay.
She got her own podcast.
Okay. Hey, I'll stand corrected.
Yeah, and explain to where we business partners at. But like you say, you was on his podcast.
Gotcha.
You haven't been on mine yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the basic business plan is a podcast network. Mm-hmm. So what we do is kind of like what's going on here. We have a side setup where people can do their shows and things of that nature, and then we have merchandise and other things of that nature. But it really all started from back when I was doing my podcast, and I was a UPS driver, and Cynthia lived on my route, and she also worked on my route. So I'd see her all the time, and we'd talk and we'd laugh and joke and have fun and all that. And then she started wanting to get me sponsors when I was over at Vegas Raw.
Okay.
But she was trying to get me like church sponsors and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna like I don't know if they're gonna like my show because I'm pretty vulgar and I don't want to really tone it down for anybody. So it was that kind of thing, and then, you know, later on some things happened and she was able to really help, and she was just like, no, I want to really help you take this thing to the next level. And I was kind of hesitant at first because like, like what's happening? What is this?
Yeah.
You know, and then she really did do that, and we put the whole station together, and yeah, it's just been an adventure. I'll say, like, we've had the rough times because in the beginning, I think after a while I was kind of like kid in the candy store with it, and she was more about, like, she kept kind of reminding me like business, and I was kind of like play, it's fun. So yeah, we had a little rough patch, but then we got it settled, and I think now we're more focused in than ever. So I think now that that's all resolved, put together, and now I think we're moving forward better than ever. So,
Good,
yeah.
good. Okay, so then you guys are partners in Barstool Podcast.
No.
Or tell me what all your partners in.
We're partners in the. It's funny because when we started this, we was going to name it the Lounge Podcast, the Lounge Network, but he keep calling it the network or something like
Vegas
that.
Podcast.
Yeah. So anyway, basically, what we're partners when it comes to the location and having people come in and do shows and stuff. But he owns his own Barstool Podcast. Is Jerome's. My CC Concerns is mine, but the overall picture is we share we're half and half in that. But I don't control his guests. I don't know, anything about his guest list and stuff like that. As with mine, even though I don't have guests right now, but it was his idea. He's the one who came up with the Coups and Concern, and he actually did the backdrop. So basically, that's what we're saying. His show is basically his. My show is mine, but his voice is behind mine. I go on the mics with him, when he has his guests there, and stuff like that. But we own the studio together. We're half and half. So, I think that's a simpler way to I have nothing to do with the Barstool Podcast. So if anybody get upset about what's happening behind don't sue me. Don't.
So I came up with the concept for her show, but she writes her own what she's gonna say. I don't tell her I don't know what she's gonna say till she says it.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, so you told me how you guys met, and then you told me at what point you guys, as these were questions that I had, what point you guys decided to do business together. So what is your different management styles? I know you were saying that yours is they were a little different. So explain to me your management style.
Okay, yeah. Like he said, when we started, and I understand, because he's always been in front of the camera, not me.
Gotcha.
But my mind is always business.
Yeah.
Like, we have to make sure this is done, and stuff like that. So, I used to say, okay, let's make sure everything is in the row. I need to make sure the books is right, doing this and stuff like that.
Right.
And, it's funny because when he started this comedian stuff, which I enjoy it, it's a good, let me
Which
say
we
it.
gonna talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it, but the story is when he told me about it, I was like, oh my God, I mean, what you doing now? Is we not going to do the podcast? Because I didn't realize that it all had it's a loop thing.
It's all connected.
Until he started explaining, and then I was watching, and, as soon as you explain something to me, I listen, but I was like, okay, so what are we going to do with this building? What are we going to do with this? Now you want to move into the comedian part and stuff like that. So, yeah, like I say, I like to have fun too, and everything that we do, we discuss. It's never one person deciding and stuff like that. We, and like I say, we don't really never argue. We might have our moments, like, you sure that's right? Then, if it sounds like, okay, you probably right, let's do it this way. So, like I said, we almost been doing this for a year. It's been a great experience, like I say, wonderful partner, because if you don't like it, we got it in May. I think that's our year. in May, it's like, okay, well,
you guys agree, okay, we're gonna try this out for a year. If we want to continue after that, then
that's kind of what we said at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And then she's way more organized. Like, she's there with the receipts and the spreadsheets and the writing things down.
Right.
And I'm like,
when we go somewhere,
but I trust her.
When we go somewhere and you print a receipt, he don't even want a receipt. I'm like, you don't want a receipt. I want and people ask you, do you want a receipt? Yes, I need a receipt. He like, nope, hit the no receipt. Like, really? No.
I used to need a receipt for everything, but since everything is electronic now, literally, you can have it emailed to you, and then it's there, it's in there, and you can kind of refer back to it. You don't have to worry about losing the paper. But I get it.
Yeah, but she does the handwritten spreadsheet situation.
Yeah,
she's there.
So you're the bookkeeper.
Yeah, for sure. So she's like,
then what do you do?
I'm the talent, okay? No.
You just coming out fun.
No, I think I'm definitely more on the creative side of things.
Gotcha.
Definitely more. I'm always looking to improve the set. I'm always looking to improve just any little thing that some people probably wouldn't even notice. Just the little details. I'm always trying to see what's the next way to. Oh, how can we make this better? How can we make that better? So that's usually where my mind's at.
Right.
And I think it works well together because, like, if she has ideas, she'll tell me, and then we'll work that out. And just like if I have one of those book things to say, then I'll tell her a book thing, I guess.
Book thing. You know, the book thing.
Yeah, he's horrible with that, and what I'm trying to get him to understand is, we need a paper trail.
Right.
Let's have this here. Everything can't be done in your mind and stuff like that. But like I say, it works for us.
I think I've done better since we, really got an understanding of everything.
So you see the importance of
I think, like I said, it was just
keeping track of everything.
Yeah, I was just like I was kind of in.
Diva.
I was not a diva. I was like, I was just in La La Land with it. It's just kind of like, this is fun. I like this. This is great.
It's like a fairy tale world. Yeah.
But there are business things that need to be handled. Yes.
Good. So then, let me ask you this: what do you like most about your business?
I like creating things, and I like having conversations like this. I like constantly learning about people and learning about myself through conversation.
I get that 100%. 100%. What do you like most about it?
Like I said, I've never been in this world, so able to come and do this, with him was exciting, and I got to meet nice, great people like yourself. Like I say, a lot of his guests I end up forming a friendship with, so that's good, and the most important thing, I like being his partner. I like the everyday grind, and I just enjoy everything that we do and we accomplish, and like with the with the backdrop, he did my show and stuff, so it's just a wonderful feeling just to be around.
So how many shows have you done?
Yesterday would have been 3.
Okay.
3.
Good, good. So just starting out.
Yeah, just starting out.
And you like that.
Yeah.
Now you like being in front of the camera.
I see the thrill now. It was hard to see everything, it's funny, and like I say, I wasn't jealous. I'm not a jealous person when it comes to stuff like that, but I kind of got like, dang, they get to sit in front of the camera. Let me see how this is. And once I did it, and now I'm looking at it like yesterday, why this lightning? What we missed the light. We forget he forgot to turn on the light. So when you're looking at this, like, why is last week it looks like this, and this week I almost want to take it off. Like, why am I dark? So you had that diva moment, like, sit there, calm down. It's not that serious. And stuff like that. So I'm looking at the lights and stuff. So I'm getting more detail like he is, because at first he used to be like, oh, we got to do this again. I'm like, really? It's a little line.
Yeah.
It's a little, but now
you understand.
Yes, definitely.
So what types of things do you focus on your show?
My day-to-day life, anything that happens.
Yeah.
What's in the news, and like I say, I don't too much. I might say a few names in it, but I don't go into details. It's like an overall conversation. If we was just sitting here having a conversation, I'm not going to say, well, James Smith, who is 28 years old, no.
Except for when it comes to R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Well, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about who the biggest fan now. But you can have it.
I am no longer an R. Kelly fan. I have said that. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I have a daughter, and that would be a horrible thing.
And then the message, him singing "I love you," happy birthday to his daughter, that just took me over the edge.
Wait, I don't even know what happened.
He decided to go after all these years to sing.
When?
I guess her birthday was maybe a few days ago,
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm so tuned out.
And I was telling him, my dad passed
super publicly.
Yeah,
he did it on his social media. And stuff?
And my dad passed away a year ago, so if I would have seen something like that, it would have made me cry. That was beautiful and stuff. But when he was singing it to his daughter, who he basically has nothing to do with it just took me to a different level. Like, you know, R. Kelly, you really did it this time.
He's trying to put on a show.
Yeah, I mean,
the last thing I saw was that thing with Gail. After that, I was done. I was like, you know what? You are throwing a tantrum. This is not even attractive.
Yeah.
So it was bad. I don't know. I can't do it.
Like I say, just the overall what happens in my life.
Yeah.
If I see somebody doing something, you know, cool, and you know, and stuff, and like cool and concerns, of course, and you know, just by day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how it started though?
Yeah, of course.
So this is the thing. She has this thing where when she walks into a room, she has to make an observation.
Okay.
You know, it's not always negative. Usually it is kind of on the negative side. But then after that, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, all positive, Mary Poppins damn near, right? So I was just like, thinking about it, it's like, well, it's CC, Cynthia Cowart, you know, CC's Cool's Concerns. CC can stand for Cool's Concerns. Like, I was just trying to put that whole thing together, and then I was just telling her, like, the format could be, you talk about, say, 3 positive things from this week and 3 negative things.
Okay, got it.
And then that's basically, and then from there, she just took it from there, and she started working on it, writing it, and like, I think, in my opinion, it gets better every week.
Good. And it will.
Yeah.
And it will.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going back, looking at everything, critiquing, you know. So you have Barstool Podcast. Now, you're also a comedian, right? Tell me, how did that happen? How did that even come about?
Okay, so I used to sing back in the day. And I just got out of that because it was just like, I'm too old to be trying to be like somebody's new artist. And I just, the whole grind of it, like, it was fun, like going and doing shows and all that stuff. It was fun, but it was just like,
Here around town?
Yeah, or out of town. I've done some out of town stuff too, but just, it was like, the passion wasn't there the same because I was doing everything as far as like the recording and I was making the music, the recording, the background vocals,
that is a lot.
Engineering, so tedious. But then I've always loved stand-up, but through doing the podcast, even coming into doing podcasts, I was listening to a lot of comedians' podcasts.
Okay.
And that's kind of what introduced me to the podcast world. And so just listening to them, and I don't remember what it was, but just one day I was just like, man, I think I could do it. You know, the writing, all the different elements of being a comedian, I've experienced. The stage presence, I've experienced through singing. Speaking to large groups of people, I experienced when I used to be a minister. Writing, I experienced from...
Okay.
Writing.
You just threw that out there.
So the writing and all of that stuff all came with that. And I've always been a writer. And so either writing messages, sermons, if you will, or writing music. So all of those elements come into stand-up comedy. And I just started, I'd say about the end of last year. And it's been going pretty well. I have a show tonight, actually.
Really? Okay. Where at?
At the karaoke, Ninja Karaoke, Randy Black's having some kind of, they're having a video shoot and then a beat battle, and in the midst of that, I'm
when she was on the show, she had said she wanted to come out and see you do a show, and you were supposed to.
Where's Ninja Karaoke? Where is that located?
1009 Main Street, I think. Okay. It's like right down, like right off of Charleston in Maine.
Okay.
Off in that area.
And what time?
8 to 10.
Oh, you know what? I ain't even gonna
Don't
say
worry
what
about
it. I'm not even saying what I'm doing tonight because I guess it's a conflict with your comedian stuff.
Well, this is the thing. Right now I'm still I'm working out. You know, I'm doing open mics and stuff. This is only the second time I've been asked to do an actual show.
Gotcha.
But it's just all workout stuff. So I'll get there to where I'm having that show where it's my show.
Because actually what we want to do close to our anniversary is do some type of venue where we can have like a party for our 1 year. And at that time, he would be able to go on and perform just like one thing. That's my idea, and I think he'd like that too. Where like have our 1 year anniversary, but being together.
Like everybody who's ever been on.
Come out and friends and family, and then also get a chance to hear him. So he got about 2 more months to get this.
Get it right.
Which I think I love it. I've been to some of the open mics, and they've been tough, and it's been good.
Yeah. So, well, what is considered a good day in your business?
Good day. Getting new clients is always a new thing. I mean, a good thing.
Is that your duty, or do you guys both?
No, it's both. Because we have 2 different circles of people.
Gotcha.
Like our circles are becoming more intertwined. Because, like she said, when I'm doing a show, she's there and she meets those people, and they have, just like you guys got your own.
Right.
Then we got, so it's like our circles are becoming intertwined. But then she has a whole nother, like she's born and raised here, like she said, she has a whole nother circle of people that I don't know that see what she's doing, and they're like, oh, I want to, and then I have a circle of people also that are like, oh, I want to, so yeah.
Good. So a good day is just getting the people and having a great show, you having a great show, you going doing stand up at night, and
or doing stand up, or sometimes I'll do stand up and karaoke.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you do sing.
Yeah, and then I just
So you stop preaching.
Yeah.
So I hardly think he could go. I hardly think he could go into a church right now. Not for real.
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just joking.
I can get on it if.
So what's the most stressful then about your business?
People.
Okay.
I mean,
So the greatest thing is people, and the most stressful thing is people.
Well,
so
like you said, you can't make somebody want to be come and record and stuff like that. And, you get a little bummed out about, not getting the clientele. But then again, you know what? It comes in times. We're not going to force nobody to come over. You have to come over because you want to and you want to do it. Just like me, when I started, for a long time, like, oh no, I'll never be in front of a camera and stuff like that. Then I came and I love it. So yeah, that's a little stressful, but you know what? It is what it is. Yeah. Then when we get his guests on the podcast or when I do my show, then we, and we have a good time, then we like, okay, this gonna work. We're positive. This is not gonna defeat us right now, And I think if, we know businesses open and close, and if ours do end up closing, which it would be a studio, but we still gonna keep doing what we doing, and stuff like that. So.
Do you guys have any other employees or contractors or anybody that you guys work with? So it's just you two?
Yeah, it's just us. We're thinking about, we've entertained expanding as far as like, the whole, I think we both feel weird about the whole intern thing.
Okay.
Because they're not getting paid.
No.
Well, they're not getting paid, but they learn stuff.
I know. But
they can put that on their resume.
Yeah, and they also teach stuff. Because if you get an engineer kind of intern type of person, I don't know. I always thought that was kind of weird. Even at the old place, it's just like, what are you doing?
That's funny. So what is one thing that you have learned about your business partner that you didn't know before you guys got in business?
Something I didn't know. I think the first impression, I picture her more dainty, more, elite, kind of like, that type of thing.
Okay.
Not saying that she's not a lady.
Yeah.
But, like, if you listen to her show, she can be a little rough with the delivery. You know what I mean? And so that part, I think I didn't see from the very beginning. But there's a lot, you can assume a lot about her just by the way she carries herself.
Yeah.
And then you have a few conversations with her and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's not what I thought it was.
Right. And you, what's the biggest thing you've learned about Jarrell since?
Like I said, we met when he was doing UPS and on my route and stuff. So, fun, always joking and laughing. But being at the studio, I could see he's serious. And like I say, like the thing is, if he learning something, stay out of his way. And he's not getting up until he figure it out. And and like if you listen to like some YouTube videos and the people be talking like they're they talking to get an audience, he be like, oh God, could they please stop talking and get past this and just let me do what I need to do. So the one thing I know is when he starts something, he's gonna finish it, and he's gonna do his best, and it has to look like he can work on something for like it could be a little line going up and down, and he will not give up until that line is straight across. I'm like, really? It was, really,
Right,
but
right.
that's what I learned. It's just like he's
maybe
got
a bit of a perfectionist.
Yes, but
in the beginning, it was a lot of we could just hire somebody to do that, and I was like, no,
why you have to go there?
I want to learn this.
Got it.
So
Yeah,
like,
he wanted to do everything like by something. Like, okay, well, let's just hire somebody. Somebody to come in and do this. And then the thing is, when he would hire somebody, like we hire somebody to come in and, yeah, you should put your head down. We hire somebody to come in and do the like tape us and stuff like that. They think, no, he ain't came back. I said, well, what happened to him? Oh, I learned it. I said, you cannot be doing people like that.
So wait, you used him for today?
I mean,
We paid him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how you just do that? And that's
we
the thing.
paid him also for like I watch everything. So
And he's very observant. And then there's like our lighting. We didn't have lights. Now you come in, we got 3.
Right.
And because that's what they set up. And I'm like, you can't. I'm thinking to myself, these people gonna kill us. You can't do this.
Right.
But that's what he do.
But if you paid him, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely paid him. But
They just didn't know
I
they were teaching me.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I need
They
for him to
thought they
come
was
back
having
at
a
least
job.
2 or 3 times. One time, that's all he needed. And he say, oh, I learned that. Oh, I got this. It's like,
I'll say this: you save money.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, I think if you own your own business, you need to know how to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you hire people, you hire people. But let's say that person calls in sick, you can jump right in and you know what you're doing.
And that's
The
his
worst
story.
boss is the one that doesn't know how to do
Yeah.
anything. Like they count on the employee for everything. How can you be a leader and you don't know how to do anything?
Right.
This is like you just threw some money at it and you don't know. But I think to Cynthia's credit, because she used to kind of make fun of me about it, and then after a while she saw she was like, I get it, like the satisfaction that you get out of actually sitting there and learning it and then being able to do it. And now you can do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And you can even tell other people how to do it versus sitting there and just needing somebody to show up to do it for you.
Yeah.
Because he kind of told me this story. I don't too much remember the details, that he relied on somebody to come and do something, and then they didn't show up, and evidently it scarred him for life. Because now he don't want to have no. You're like, nope, he want to do it himself, which I understand.
I get it.
When you have to depend on people, it's a little hard when they don't come through. It's just like when you go out shopping for a gift.
Yeah.
When I go out and buy a gift, I buy something that I like, just in case they don't like it, I'm going to keep it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, because I'm not a returner. So it's like, okay, well, if something happened, I'm always going to shop for what I like to give somebody. So just in case something go wrong, I'm going to keep it. So that's just how I feel with that situation.
All right. Well, it seems like you guys have chemistry, and which is great. It seems like you guys have it all down. You're creative, learning everything. You keep everything in line. What is your vision for your business in, let's say, the next year, and then 5 years?
My vision, to get, like I say, more clients. And just so it to go bigger. We like the studio. It's like a room next to us. We trying to get that room. Just to grow.
Gotcha.
And just add people where like I said, I've been working at the school district for over 20 years and stuff. So definitely when that's over with, I want to be able to walk into my my business and be like, okay, are you everything going good?
Right,
It's going good. Walk into my office, look at the books and look at how much money I'm making and go back home and lay down. You know, that's my vision. You know, I've been working since I'm 17 years old. Wow. I'm 52 now. So I think it's kind of time for me to rest. You know, like another 5 years. I want to be, by the time, by the time I get 60, to be honest with you, I want to be resting. Okay. You know, not still out having fun, but not doing what I'm doing. You know, I just, like I say, walk into the business, see is everybody okay, you know, and just go in my office and relax, you know, and stuff like that.
I like it. And what about you? What do you see for your business in a year and in 5 years?
I just see, I think in a year, well, let me say this. Going into a podcast, I've been doing my actual podcast for 2 years now.
Got it.
And I went into that knowing that for a person that's not famous, it's going to take you 3-4 years to build an audience, just because it just is.
Got
you know what I mean? Unless you want to, you know, buy followers and stuff like that and be weird, but I don't want to do that. So, but I just think in a year, I would like to have a full roster. And I learned that from Vegas Raw, like just kind of how they ran it, but not, I want to run it a little differently. But in a year, a full roster. In 5 years, I really want whatever we call the network to be really a voice, like a beacon, like a voice of Vegas, just like no different than Hot 975 or 88.1. Those have been voices that we've been hearing for years. Like I was a kid listening to 88.1, and I was a kid listening to, I don't think it was 97.5 back then, was it?
No.
97 didn't come probably until I was in high school.
Yeah, remember the Power 97 dances or Power something dances? You remember?
I didn't go.
But you remember they had those? It was like 18 and up dances.
They had Club Z or something like that.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
No, these was like younger
X2Z.
dances. But anyway, but my point is, I got off track. I'm sorry. My point is that I would like for that network to really be a voice of it, like having a full roster of all different types of people, reaching lots of people, and people coming from out of town knowing that, oh, this is a place I want to stop by to be on whoever's show. You know what I'm saying? And that's 5 years, that's kind of like the goal with that. And also, I see us having in 5 years, I think I can see us having a comedy club / nightclub situation.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Like it. So then would you still have your show? Or would you, okay.
Everything is still.
Everything
is
the same.
I'm even starting another show soon. And that doesn't take away from the first show.
Right.
No more than comedy takes away from it. I'm writing 2 books. I'm writing a screenplay.
Well, geez, you are creative.
Yeah, but I don't think any of it takes away from any of the rest of it. I think it all just kind of
ties in.
Yeah. All the people that I look up to, that's like Joe Rogan. He's like biggest podcast in the world. Like, tell me one bigger. I don't think there is one. And but he's a stand-up comedian. He's a UFC fight commentator. He's, you know what I mean, he's whatever he wants to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I want to be.
All right. So if you had to start it all over again, let's say, all right, you know what you know now, and you're about to start your business, would you change anything?
You want to go first?
What?
I can tell you this. If I could start all over again, the one thing I would do is, I hate to bring this up, but something her dad did. He set up something for them that was really beautiful. So if I had to do it all over again, I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, for my kids.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry. to make it all weird.
That's okay. And what would you do? Would you change anything?
No, I mean this was all perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, people think we just met less than a year ago.
Right.
Like I say, I've been knowing him, doing our route, friends and stuff like that. Never knew he did music. Never knew anything about him. Just that, I knew he liked to, say jokes and stuff because he always made me laugh and stuff like that. But no, like I said, this experience has been wonderful for me.
Good.
Like I said, I'm enjoying it. Like I say, nothing can happen. All it can do is get better.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I like how everything turned out.
So this second to last question. So what advice would you give to somebody who's brand new, who is thinking about getting into a business, any kind of business? What advice would you give to that person as far as where they should start?
The main thing is, if you're going to get into business, get into business with somebody that you can trust.
Gotcha.
And that you feel comfortable with, and you ain't looking over their shoulders. Because, like you say, you don't know everything that's going on when it comes to money and stuff like that. Me and him is so laid back with everything. Like, oh no, don't worry about it. You do it. This and that. We don't never second guess each other if something happening or anything that got to do with money and stuff. Oh, we're fine with it. We like I said, trust is the number one, and we have no trust issues. With that. So it's gonna work, and like I say, when we first started the business and stuff, we just, we set rules, like ground rules. This is our business, this is our studio. No coming here hanging out, no party. Any, people that come in here, we want business type atmosphere, and that's what we got.
Okay.
And that's what's working for us.
So trust and set some ground rules.
Yeah.
Got it. What about you?
For me, the thing that Andre Bailey said when he came on the show, if you don't move your feet, you don't eat. Beautiful thing.
True story.
True story. I didn't even realize it. When I stopped working at UPS, she had to point it out to me. She was like, since you stopped working, you haven't sat still for a second. And I'm like, I can't, because I got to get the machine going. I got to get all the cars turning. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I did have a little setback, physical, nothing crazy medical, but just like I got sleepy, like so sleepy to where I was like, I couldn't control that. Like my body was just like, dude, fuck you. We're done. You can
We're tired.
Yeah, you can keep on grinding, but we're going to sleep.
Grinding your mind.
Yeah, that was scary because, like you say, your body gonna shut you down. Like and I kept saying to him, since you quit, you have not stopped moving. You need to. Everybody has 2 days off, and at least 1 day off. They sit there and do absolutely nothing.
Right.
On my days off, I don't clean. I don't do anything. When I come home from work, that's when I do my.
Everything.
I learned that. But he's like, he kept going and going and going. Like, you are going, your body is going to shut down, and you're going to end up being in the wrong, in the hospital. Because I've seen it happen to people that kept going and going and going, and you don't get rest.
So then your advice would be work nonstop. However, listen to your body when it's time to rest.
Yeah, relax a little bit.
Okay.
And to me, it's hard to relax when everything's not in place. No different than watching the YouTube videos. That's why I would yell at the guy, like, shut up and tell me
what I need to do.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about your nothing. Just tell me. I don't want your personality involved in this. Just tell me what I need. But I get it. It's entertainment. But so it's, I would definitely tell people, work hard. You have to work hard.
Yeah.
But you also have to relax for a second.
Okay. All right.
Just a second.
Well, good. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been amazing. I appreciate you guys being here. How can people get in touch with you if they want to reach out to you?
Well, I'll let him say it where we at, because he has the whole spiel, like
so I take it you do the social media stuff.
Yeah, he does.
I am the talent.
I always on my show, I'll say, well, you know, after you please hit that subscribe button, but I'm going to let my partner tell you if you want to do a show and stuff. I'll let him tell you, because he run the spiel. I'm like, oh, no, just call me on my phone, 702, you know. I ain't got time for all that.
Right.
So, I let him tell.
If you want to watch the show, if you want to watch my show, it's Barstool Podcast with Jerome on YouTube.
Okay.
If you want any merchandise, it's Jerome.com. And hit merch. Even if you're curious about some of my old music videos and stuff.
You got the music on there too.
Yeah, all of that's on there.
What about your sermons?
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to yell like, oh, Lord. Okay, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to yell like
so that's your
it's
show.
Jerome.com. It's Barstool Podcast 702.com. If you are interested in having a show,
Gotcha.
You can go to that email and hit me up, and then I'll respond.
Okay, and then
basically right now.
so same thing.
But the show, well, if you want to see her show, if you go to her YouTube, she has her own YouTube page.
Okay.
I'm learning.
She's Cools and Concerns.
Got it. Okay.
Hit the subscribe button on that as well.
Perfect. And I've seen both shows. They're great. They're amazing. I love them.
Thank you. I love your show. I had a chance to listen to them and see some of your guests. I was telling him yesterday, I say, oh, God, you're amazing. So I really love your show.
I really love interacting with people. I love what I do. So if you want to be on Pieces of She, tell your story, tell your experience, hit me up at pieces.of.she on Instagram. And I'm here at Digital Vegas TV. Thank you.